We are officially back on track now. We have a booster brick of the newest Icons of the Realms booster sets. This is Monster Manual Collection 1, which brings us new minis from the new Monster Manual. If you like a collection with mostly monsters, I think entirely monsters, and no pesky PC minis, then here you go. And I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about the changes in these creatures, if there are any, from the 2014 Monster Manual to the new one. Which reminds me that I am getting ready to start working on a new video series I'm going to call Edition Shift. If you're anything like me, finding the time to fully learn all the changes between the old and the new editions is basically impossible. So I'm going to aim to make it a little bit easier by biting off small chunks at a time and reviewing them with you. So for example, we might have a video where we just talk about the changes to conditions, and the changes to crafting, and the changes to encounter building. Just little bits and pieces. So let me know down in the comment section which areas you would like a concise but informative video on, and I'll get started on them. And to help encourage those comments, we're going to do another giveaway. This set is launching very soon here, I think next week, so you won't have to wait very long. To win a free booster box of Monster Manual Collection 1, just be a subscriber here at the Gallant Goblin and leave me a comment down below letting me know which of the rules areas I can help you with in Edition Shift, or which mini that you like the best out of the ones that we opened here today. You do have to be a US resident to win, and I'm going to draw a random winner from the eligible comments and announce it in our upcoming full set review of this set. All that said, with thanks to WizKids for sending these our way, let's go ahead and jump into Monster Manual Collection 1. One last thing before we start, if you haven't seen my video about the Big Book of Big Bads from our sponsor Hit Point Press, the link is up there in the eye. This is a fantastic collection of 31 masterfully crafted villains that you can use in your adventures or craft campaigns around yourself. Developing good antagonists is one of the most important things to having a good campaign. Even Wizards of the Coast and their official adventures has a pretty iffy track record on their big bads. I'm looking at you, Storm King's Thunder. Incorporating these villains into your story is going to hook your players like nothing else. So go check out my review up there in the corner and see if it's right for you. They also have free Big Bad booklets that you can go download to check out for free too, so you can get a sense if this is right for you. All right, let's get started with our unboxing with our little unboxing spell. All right, here we go. Let's see, any particular heavy ones? I don't know, they all kind of feel about the same. We'll just put some off to the side to get started. As you may notice, this set, instead of having 8 booster box and a brick, has 10. So we got a little bit more opening to do this time. So let's start off with this one. And starting off with the proper one to start off with, we've got a nice Owlbear. 25B, you will notice that this set does include a couple of 8B variants, so we'll see how that goes as we go through these. Probably just recolorings, but you never know. Nice classic Owlbear here. And our little ones. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Let's see. A Chain Devil. 33, so this I think is a rare. Very cool. Yeah, it's a nice like elongated legs to make them look even more creepy. Very nice. Little metallic sheen to that. And, ooh, got a bent boy. What do we have here? It's a zombie, straight up zombie, number 12 of 41. The set does include 47 figures in total, but there are AB variants, which is why the numbering only goes up to 41. He really got bent in the box. Part of the trouble about delivering minis here to Houston in the summer is that they will often spend time in a very hot warehouse, and it can result in some bending. A Bugbear Warrior, number 5. You may notice in the new Monster Manual, our default version of enemies, instead of it being called Bugbear, we'll be calling it Bugbear Warrior, Goblin Warrior, things like that. So this is going to be our basic Bugbear with a little light hammer there. A nice looking mini. Let's keep going with this box here. All right. Ooh, that's nice. Here we have a Fire Elemental, another variant. That's a nice Fire Elemental. We have quite a few Elemental minis at this point, but this one's a little different than I'm typically used to seeing. Not bad at all. Our medium here. Try and get him out. Ooh, that is a Smoke Mephit, 20A. So we're getting quite a few little variants in this one. That's a nice little Smoke Mephit. A little bit of interesting paint at the very bottom there, giving me a little contrast, a little reflection to make them look a little bit translucent. Next up. Was that another zombie? Yeah, that's zombie number 12. Is this the same zombie? It is. So we got one standing straight up and one not so much. So that's fine. That's the one you're going to be seeing beside me here is the one standing straight up. It's not too hard to fix these, as you know. A little dip in the hot water under the sink, and then a little dip in an ice bath, and do that 2 times, maybe 3 times, and it should be good for you. There looks like a Goblin Warrior. Yes, number 7. Nice little classic goblin. Nice little bangs going on. Sword. Very cool. Big goblin ears. So these are all going to be based off of the art in the new Monster Manual as well, which I'll be showing off when we do our full set review. Hopefully coming up pretty soon here. Box number 3. We are starting off with a, was it like a direwolf? A direwolf, indeed. Number 27. Yeah, a big old wolf. Not bad. Looks pretty good. Let's see, put some off to the side here. And it's a Hobgoblin Warrior. It is indeed a Hobgoblin Warrior, so we bent sword there, but that's alright. That's a good Hobgoblin. Actually, that's one of the better Hobgoblin minis I've seen. I like the pose. It's very intimidating, leading some troops into battle. I could see that being like a Hobgoblin commander, but for a warrior, that's pretty good. The commander's going to have to live up to that. Let's see. I'm surprised some of the warrior minis aren't the ones that have some variants, because that would be pretty useful, because you're going to get a lot of those. Looks like a skeleton. Straight up skeleton, number 11. Like I said, you're going to get a lot of classic creatures in this particular box. Just wearing the helmet with the chain going around the neck and nothing else. Something kind of funny about that. And finally, got a spirit. It's a Wraith, number 19. A little bit more smoky in the torso region and the head, but otherwise translucent. Not a bad little Wraith. Can't go wrong there. Feels pretty solid. Ooh, this one's a little bit heavy. What's going on with this one? Oop, popping out of the box. It's an Otyugh. I like the Otyughs. They are some of my favorites. You can hide them in the refuse bin behind any particular establishment and give your characters a particularly difficult fight. There's something about the 3 legs of an Otyugh that are very unsettling. This is not something you're used to seeing in nature. That's one of my favorite little design choices in D&D. Looks like we got another skeleton here. Yes, indeed. Regular old skeleton. And next up, ooh, that is, I think, it's an Orc Warrior Veteran. So what this is the veteran like you remember from the original Monster Manual. There are no Orc stat blocks per se in the Monster Manual because Orcs are a playable race, and so you just kind of paste their specific traits onto characters like veterans in order to make Orc characters that you might use as NPCs or monsters. So this is technically a veteran warrior, a warrior veteran with an Orc pasted on top of it. And ooh, what is this? This is a Dretch demon, number 15. Very teethy. It looks like something from one of those old like movies from the 80s, little monster movies. All right, cute. I like it. We got a spider. And this is it's hard to read. It is a giant spider. Well, that makes sense. I could have guessed that. The coloring is very scary and interesting with the white and the red. Next up, we have a Lizarkfold Warrior, I guess. A Lizarkfold Sovereign with the Warhammer. Very cool. It's a good-looking Lizardfolk. It could use a little bit more of like a dry brush on it, maybe to bring out the scales a little bit more. But not bad, not bad. Up next, it's just a dog. It's a wolf. Ah, it's a wolf. It's a brown wolf. Sure. I guess you could also use it as a dog, probably. I like it. Very good. Wolves have gotten a bit of an upgrade in the new edition, too. We'll talk about that in our full set review. Ooh, a rat folk. A Wererat. Yeah. Oh, that's very good. I like that. The pose is so good on this one. It just captures their little personality completely. That's really good. All right, next box. Starting off with a troll. Yeah, classic troll. I love my trolls. They make for very interesting combats. Your characters have to do something a little bit different in order to defeat them, which makes them vary up their usual cadence of actions. And you can have very creative variants of this. Another Wererat. I like it. Next. With 10 boxes, we're going to get, I assume, more duplicates. Yes, we have another Bugbear Warrior. So that's fine. Classic creatures, you want a lot of them. Although, like I said, I wish we had the variants there. And it's just a straight ghost. Oh, it's a Specter, sure. Number 18. Yeah. That's pretty good. Completely white, translucent mini, which works out. This is a little bit heavy, too. Ooh, what do we have here? This might be one of our large rares. This is a young red dragon, number 41 of 41, the capstone mini of the set, a large rare, and yeah, no, that's a very good one. That's a very good little dragon mini, young dragon. Yeah, people are gonna want this one. They did a good job with that. Very good red dragon mini. I like that. A little bit heavier if you're in the store looking for boxes. Find one that's a little bit heavier. You might get some good luck there. Oh God, jeez. That's a ghoul munching on somebody's. I think that's that's their arm. You can see the hand there. It is ghoulish. It's very good. Kneeling down. The poses in this set, I have to say, the sculpts are capturing the personalities of these creatures really well so far. We have a black pudding split. Oh, interesting. Black pudding split in particular. Huh. 17B. I don't think we've gotten 17A yet, so we'll have to compare those when we get that. And next up, another Orc Warrior Veteran. Nice. All right, we got 3 to go. I'm running out of room here. And what is that? Oh, it's a nightmare. That's a good-looking nightmare. This is 38 of 41, so this is another large rare. This is not one of those nightmares that you can take the little back off of and slot a mini onto, but it is a really nice-looking nightmare mini. This might be the best WizKids nightmare we've gotten yet. There's a little bit of red coloring on the black horse, which makes it look like the fire is actually glowing, which is not an effect that you see super often on WizKids minis. This is very cool. That's a very good mini. That's very good. Next up, another ghoul munching down on another arm. And after that, we get, what are these called again? A Grimlock, number 2. Look at that guy. He's unhappy. He's coming after you with his cudgel. Very good, yeah. Nicely painted for that guy, too. For your Underdark adventures. Grimlocks have had a bit of a change in their lore as well, which we'll talk about in a full set review. Alrighty. Ooh, there's a hag. What's this? No, it's a Ghast Gravecaller. Well, you could certainly use that as a hag if you wanted to. We'll have to talk more about this particular stat block when we get to our full set review. Oh, you can see the tongue. I missed the tongue coming out of this mini, so definitely a Ghast there. Okay. And what's this? There's our straight up black pudding. Okay, so I guess I don't remember the sizes of various minis, so I guess an original black pudding would be on a large base, and a split would be on a medium base. Cool. No, I like it. Looks cool. I don't know where I'm put things. You can't see them anymore, probably. They're too far in front of me. Over here we have... Who's that? Another Hobgoblin. It's a Helmed Horror. Yeah, that's a Helmed Horror, I guess, yeah. You could definitely use that as a Hobgoblin, I think, with the red skin showing underneath. Yeah, no, that's cool. Multi-use mini. Next, is that another Grimlock? No, that is a Gnoll Demoniac. Our new Gnoll stat block. It's like a Gnoll mummy come to life. A new high-level Gnoll. I think their CR is 8. So a particularly strong Gnoll with some specific abilities that we'll talk about again in our full set review. Be sure to subscribe to see that. Got a few new stat blocks in the new edition. There's a Kobold. A Kobold Warrior number 1. Of course, Kobolds need to be number 1. They are the best. A blue Kobold as well, which I appreciate. Like Buckles. All right, we got one more to go. Let's see what we got in this one. We'll put our box over here so we remember what we're looking at. I'll put it right there. And we started with an Owlbear. We are ending with an Owlbear. This is 25A. And it is our recolor. We can finally see our variants. So we have our brown Owlbear and our gray Owlbear. And pretty similar otherwise, but a little bit of a variation there. Nice. I don't think you necessarily encounter too many groups of Owlbears in the wild. So maybe, I don't know, not quite as useful as maybe getting multicolored skeletons or kobolds or goblins, but you gotta love an Owlbear. Ooh, a Slaad? Yeah, a death Slaad. Nice. I do like the Slaadies as well. That is a wicked sword, too. That's a good Slaad. That's a good Slaad. I like it. And we've got another Demoniac. An old Demoniac. It's just a fun thing to say. And our last mini of the day is another wolf. Number 3 is another wolf. Very good. All right. Well, thank you again to WizKids for sending all of these our way. I am hoping to get our full factory set really soon here so I can give you that full set review that I was promising you. But Monster Manual Collection 1 is coming out on July 30th. July 30th, right around the corner here. A single booster box will run you about $20, and a brick like this with the 10 booster boxes is going to come in around $170 to $200. A case of 40 booster boxes is going to be between $650 and $700. So let me know what you think about them in the comment section down below, and don't forget to be a subscriber and leave me a comment to possibly win a free booster box. And let me know what you'd like me to cover in our Edition Shift series to help us all make that transition to the new rule set as smoothly as possible and taking as little time as possible. And go check out my review of the Big Book of Big Bads to meet some really cool, fully fleshed out villains. And you can add them to your existing campaigns, or you can build entirely new stories around them. There's tools in here to help you craft those stories. It's one of my favorite books I've read through this year, and I think you're going to enjoy it too. But I think that's it for me today. For now, though, please stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.